Hi everyone, I'm VJ and I'm back from my holiday for the last 3 weeks. And then I would like to welcome the two new students, Nuvike and Mushimat. And
Thank
then
you very much.
first things first, I'll share some screens and explain how to navigate the course so you can fall back on all the information and then go from here. So
Okay,
sharing my screen. All of you must have been given this one. It's the login to your coaching.amantip.co.uk website.
very correct.
Yep, once you log in, you go to data analysis, you will see a list of things here. So seminar is our introductory video, and then lecture 0 is my introduction to data analysis in the life cycle. Data wrangling is done by Ola, my co-trainer, and then we keep on alternating it. And until date, we've done around 16 courses. So please go through all these videos and look at them. And then, yeah, I'll explain what my section of the data analysis is and what Ola is doing. What I'm working is on the data science of it or analysis of this. And then what Ola is working on is on visualization and presentations. That's what he's working on. So what I work on is the data fundamentals, what kind of statistical analysis you should be doing, and then what kind of analysis can you do on Excel. And then once we finish Excel, we go to Python, and then I will start introducing more complex subjects down the line over the next 16 to 24 weeks. That's the idea. And then till date, what I've done was I created a Discord channel for everyone to join. And then this is the Discord channel that I created. And I'll create an invite link and I share it with everyone here. Invite people. So Nivike and Mishimat, have either of you used Discord before?
I haven't used it before. Haven't, no.
You have not used it before, okay? I'm just gonna sit. I don't think Mishimat is going to respond then. So Discord is one of many methods companies can use to discuss with each other. I don't know if you heard the term instant messenger. Sorry, did you say something, Mishimat? Because your voice was.
I'll be following at the background. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. We're following in the background. Yep, that's fine then. Thank you. So yeah, for your information, Nivika and Mishimat, I created this Discord channel. So when you log in, you will come in as a new member and I will assign you to be Batch Orion. And then you have access to everything over here. So all you need to do is go to Batch Orion, click on announcements, and every time I do a training session or give you homework or something, or give you a project, it will be announced here. You can just read it and then go from there. And then to keep this interactive, what I did was create this discussion channel. So if you have any questions, you can ask me and I'll try to respond it as soon as possible. But because for the last 3 weeks I've been away, it'll be I was a bit late. I wouldn't use the word lazy. I've been a bit delayed. But if you have any questions, just post an image and I'll quickly respond, explaining what to do and how to change it. And then yeah, and then portfolio projects is a new channel that's not been used before. But when you start working on your portfolio projects, you can add your information here and I can give you a review quickly. If you have any questions about is this the correct analysis that needs to be done, or is this the correct graph that we need to do, you can add it here. Both either myself or Ola will respond over here. And again, one thing I request for everyone is after every single training session, please leave a feedback if you need to change something. So some members have asked me to slow down. So I try and slow down the project, the teaching or training session. If you want me to go faster, or if you want me to include other topics, please mention here. Because I know that Olafemi, Ayodeji, and Emmanuel, but not this Emmanuel, not Nuvike, but other Emmanuel, they have experience with data science. So this should be a walk in the park for them. So yeah, last but not least, both Nivike and Mishimat, if you get a chance, can you please introduce yourself in the introductions channel? Just a very brief description of who you are, what you're doing, and what you want to do with data analysis, and etc. That's basically it. And what I will urge you both to do is go through all the videos. And if you have any questions about the videos or contents discussed in the videos, just ask her. And your colleagues or myself will try and answer them. And I urge the colleagues, so Ayodeji, Olafemi, and FA to try and answer her. Because you guys have the experience and you need to, not the experience, you guys have the knowledge, but you need experience to communicate and communicate. All right, so for today, the agenda is quite simple because I've just landed this morning and let me just get the slides up. This is the agenda that I planned for today. Zoom, share screen. So a 3 weeks ago, I created a tasks channel on Discord and I started adding some data sets. And the idea was for everyone over here to sit down, work on the data sets, and then do some EDAs. So what today is going to be is about EDA presentation and discussion on what they've done and how to improve. I will not be the one that will be giving the first feedback. I will expect our other experienced members to give us feedback first, and then I will try and build on that. Because what I learned, oops, that's not the way to do it. So what I believe is, or not what I believe. So what's happening here is data analysis or data science is not something that can be learned within 6 months properly. I mean, you can learn the topics very quickly, but what you've learned over here is something that you should be learning throughout many years or many years, yeah. So all the analysis that we do here, you learn it in statistics from school, and then you do it in data science if you're doing in your university. And then again, you use the same analysis and techniques doing your work as well. And you're trying to compete with people that have many years of experience. And what you need to do is, once I give you any training session, try and attempt it. If you fail, that's completely fine because failure is the best teacher. If you fail and I'll give you some feedback on how to improve, it'll make you can learn and it can improve on that and you'll remember it. Rather than me just doing something and you copying it, I don't think you'll be able to remember that is easily. So that's the idea here. So starting today, I'll be giving you some random data sets. Well, I'll be asking you to do some EDAs or trying to find some hypothesis and tell me whether that's correct or not based on some raw numerical values or data. And if you guys have no idea how to do it, send me a message and I'll try and show you how to do it. So yeah, so our old Emmanuel is not joining us, seems like. So I'll request Ayodeji, Olafemi, and FA to start sharing the screens and going through the EDAs, Exploratory Data Analysis. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Who wants to go first? You know what? Let's go.
Okay.
Olafemi, do you want to go first then?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'll share what I did. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you should be able to share your screens now. I'm going to stop
Yeah.
sharing.
Okay.
Share your screen, show us the Excel file, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And then Nivika and Mishimat, if you have any questions, we can ask us in the chat or you can ask
Okay.
us in Discord.
Yeah. This is saying host disable participant screen sharing. So I think you might need to look at the settings or something.
Sorry,
I'm
there you
unable.
go. See it now?
Okay, I'll try it again. Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so yeah. For me, looking at the raw data, I think this is it. Some of the informations are not here. Let me just minimize this side. Okay. Now, what we have for the student performance, while looking at the data, yeah, in order to make proper performance review of this the class or the set of the students, so I decided to add some tables to that so that I'll be able to make a comparison and make good analysis of the student performance. So I decided to add the aggregate score, which shows the total, the combination of all the scores, just like you having the cumulative score. So, and also adding the total of the maximum score, which gives 300. I was supposed to, divide that to get the average for each class, but I didn't do that because, of course, well, it is still the same thing here. Having the rating or the can also be classed as the average score, so which shows the percentage of what the overall score for each student in the overall total. So then with that, I decided to go over.
Olufemi, one
Yep.
second. So can you treat us all as people that have no idea what the data is about? Because I know you're just going through data and saying what you've done. So
Okay.
can you start from the top saying what the data is showing and what it is about?
Okay. Now, okay, going back to that, what the data you have, the tables shows the gender, then shows the race in terms of the ethnicity of the student, and then also shows the parental level of education of each of the students, and then also shows the launch. I don't really know the importance of this one, and then also shows the test preparation in terms of the preparation for the course. Okay, so shows that, and then also shows the math score, reading score, and also writing score for each of the students. That's what we have on the data. The purpose of this stage is actually to look at the data in total and then see the kind of analysis we could do with it. That is the purpose of EDA, and then also derive the kind of stories we can actually generate with this data. So in order for me to be able to do that, I decided to add all these additional tables so that I can make comparison, and then I can actually look at the best students in terms of the gender and also race, and the also make comparison to their parental level of education, and then also their preparation. All this I can do. I can also look at the math score, who is doing better and all that. So for me to now come to the the dashboard or the performance analysis, then I decided to also start by creating some of the bring everything into table by giving descriptive information of the data. So in doing that, I come up with the breakdown of the students in the class, which shows the female are 518, and out of the total 1,000 students in the class, which is showing here, and then also the male are 482. So also have the percentage of the number of students in terms of females are 52%, and the male are 48%. So also shows the breakdown of the ethnicity, which shows the the student spread by ethnicity, looking at the group A, group B, group C, and D, and show the percentage of all the students to the total number of the students. And then I also do the table for the student spread for the parental education, which also shows the percentage of the students of the parental educational level and their contribution to the total of the students in the class. So with that, then also I also prepared the average, the general average performance of the students in terms of their the subject matters which are on the table. So which are also it shows the average performance, average maths score for the students in female, you look at it and say 63%, I mean 63.63. That is the average score for the students. Sorry, let me enlarge this, please. The average score for the students when it comes to math. And okay, sorry, the total average score for the student in general, it is 66.09, and out of that, females are, the average score for the female when it comes to math is 63, and then average score for the male is also 68. What that tells us is that when you look at the performance of the students in terms of the math in general, the male are doing better. And I don't want to come to the and then looking at the visualization actually also show buttress this point that when you look at the average performance of math, the male are actually doing better, which shows it here. And then also female are coming up with 63 in average. And then looking at that also, go over to average scores when it comes to reading. Average score in that subject in reading shows that females are doing better. Their average score is 72, and then also male is 65%. I mean 65.47, and then the same thing in written shows that females are still the one doing better, with also showing the 62.42, and then male with average score for the male students is 63.31. So in general, overall best when it comes to gender now shows that the females are actually better than the male students, with average score of 208. 208. That is over the 300 maximum score, which shows that the female students are doing better. And if you look at that and the overall average score for the entire class also, which is 203, it still shows that the females are slightly better than the male. So looking at the general overview of also the mean score of the average student in the class shows that 203 in general. That is what the average score of the entire class is giving us. And then the mode, which means the most common score, is also 204. So if you're having 1,000 students in the class, that means majority of them are actually having the overall, the aggregate score of 203. So which is also good, showing that the whole entire class is not doing bad. And then the standard deviation of the entire class is also 42.8, and the variance, I'm not sure if this variance is correct, but I think something happened while I was working on it, but not sure. Then also the minimum score in terms of all these scores are actually the aggregate now. So the minimum score in terms of the aggregate for the entire class is 27. So meaning that someone somewhere in the class is actually having 27 over 300, and then the maximum, of course, is 300. So someone in the class is also having 300. So meaning that is the maximum score. And so the range with this, it actually shows the okay. Yeah, this shows the, I think the segment, this I remember how I calculated this. It's being, if I still have okay, so that is the quartile score for the class, so which shows the breakdown. I eventually did not use this to break down the score, so I decided to do the buckets, the score because I know that when you're looking at the score in terms of this way, it will be somehow difficult to for me to analyze it. So I decided to change that this marks, upper, median, and to between 79, to bucket it to 79, 60. So what you're having here shows the number of students that are scoring above 80, and then those that are falling between the range of 79 to 60, and then also those that are between the 59 to 40% also, and then those that are in the range of 39 to 20 percent of the score. So in order to achieve this figure, so I decided to go back to the data set, and then when I started the presentation the other time, I mentioned using the average score of the overall aggregate of the student. So that is what we have here, which also shows the rating. And in order to bucket it, so I decided to use the ifs functions, which I, with the formula at the top here, break the whole class and this class that I have here, the rank here, and then I use that to calculate that. So with that, I was able to come up with this table. Okay, so which shows the number of students that scored above 80 to be 198, and then the number of students that scored between 79 to 60% of the aggregate score to be 517, and then the number of students that scores between 59 to 40 to be 255, and the same thing downward. So with that, I was able to calculate the percentage of the class of the rank to the total number of students, which gives above 80 to be 19.8, and the same thing with 79 to. So with that, I was able to also come up with the pie chart to also, display the visualization. Then that is what we have here. So if you look at this visualization without going through all the breakdown analysis and everything, you can actually see how everything, you can actually understand the whole thing without going into the data set to be looking at the number or counting the students one after the other. So with that also, I also was able to show the student performance by their ethnicity. And looking at this visualization, we can easily tell that Group E are actually having the best performance when it comes to the overall students. Now, the Group E are having the average score of 218.27. So meaning that majority of the students in Group E that have the ethnicity Group E are doing far better than the rest. And the same thing, looking at the Group D also, you can see how the trend goes down. And then going to the students' average overall performance by parents' level of education, you can also see that the students whose parents has master's degree are doing far better than the rest, because the average score for those students are actually 220.8 also, and then followed by the one with whose parents are having bachelor's degree also. So with all that, you can easily see, without looking at the data and or the data set also, you can also see in the visualization. So which is also commented down here, and all stated in the comments, which is in class of 1,000 students with 52% female and 48% male. Below are the breakdown analysis of students' overall performance. The average overall performance of students is the average overall performance of student is 203, which was the mean that I mentioned earlier, and the standard deviation of 42.8. The majority of the students score between 62.8 and the 241. Okay, the pie chart shows above. Okay, the pie chart showed above shows the breakdown of the overall student performance. Okay, so this is the overall student performance, which also displayed the above 80 and the bucket or the ranking of the student performance in terms of the overall score. And then the second thing there is students Students performed best in reading score with average score of 69.17 and standard deviation of 16.6, followed by writing score with average score of 68.05 and then standard deviation of 15 as seen in the table above. I think the table is also here, which shows the standard deviation of each class also, subject also. Now, with this, visualization, I know that what I could still do is, make it more interactive by preparing interactive dashboard, which can also be, drilled down, where you can, decide to like go through and see the performance without, there are so many things that I could have still do here by showing the performance, the breakdown of how the student performance in terms of the ethnicity, and then you can also just focus mainly on the ethnicity and see what they are actually doing, and then be able to drill down for each of all this. And then also you can also drill down in terms of the parental education to look at if it is the female from that side that is doing better, or if it is the male that is doing better. And then looking at the parental education also, you can also still drill down to the ethnicity and see who is also doing better from all this angle. But that would have actually been something that I can do by going to the interactive dashboard also, but I did not add that part. So yeah, that's what I've been able to come up with. So I know with EDA, it's always there's always more to do. It for me, it's one of the most challenging parts of analyzing data. That is when you don't have what to work with, but of course you're trying to answer the question that, of course, there will be more. So I know there will still be a lot of things that can be added. Yeah.
Nicely done, Olufemi.
Thank you.
Yep. I know it's because you're the first one to go, it's very nerve-wracking, but you've done really well. You showed all the data you've done. You presented everything clearly. But before I give more reviews, I want to hear if Ayodeji and Efe have something to share here on the feedback side. I think they're being a bit shy there. So
No, we are not shy.
let's go through the order. What do you think?
Good, everything good.
All
To
right.
me, I think it's well explained.
Nice.
All right. Can I go ahead, please?
Sorry, Ayodeji, what did you say? Ayodeji, what did you say?
Presentation. I don't know what's happening to my network. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes. What's your review of Olufemi's presentation?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the good presentation, all right. But I will have said anyway, like I did, and like you said, we are to present, maybe like you are presenting to board or people who didn't understand the jargons. We'll have just make all the visualization.
Ayodeji, we're only talking about good things now. We can come from improvements afterwards. So what's good over here? That's what I want to hear.
I can't get you, please.
So say only good things. What has Olufemi did really good in the presentation?
Okay, the visualization. I was just trying. It's not because I'm trying to condemn. I just want to say we have put the visualization in one place so that you can always, just see it, and all the mathematical workout just be in the side. Okay. But the presentation was very good. The charts, especially the pie charts, are giving all the students overall performance. The pie chart really explained what we want, and then the use of bar charts, right? Exactly. So, especially for these student average performance by gender, yeah, cool.
Okay.
And the color, it was consistent on the color also.
Okay. Thank you, Adeji. So yeah, as Olufemi, as both FA and Adeji did, you've done a good work with your analysis and then your graphs. So I really like your student average performance graph by gender. So I don't know, I think you've done the table calculations manually by using series and if conditions, I think. But if you can use the same thing, you can use a pivot table to do the same thing. But I like the way you presented it for easier comparison, because the graph clearly shows the comparison between the male and female to see who's done well in what. You can see men did better in math, while females did better in both reading and writing. That's quite easy to see, so that's really well done. And I also like how you tabulated the data. Again, you've used your own method of doing it rather than the one I've shown, which shows that you're just researching more stuff. And I like the way you've done it. So really good work. Now let's go for the difficult questions. What can be improved? I know Ayadeji has a lot to say on this side. So do you want to start with this, Ayadeji? What can be improved?
Oh, okay. Like I said earlier, the graphs will have been on a separate page. All right, just going through it will have given us an idea of exactly everything that is happening. Okay, and then all the mathematical calculations can just be on one side. And like you put the recommendation, I love the recommendation you put there. Behind it, put the report. You actually wrote the report. So the report and the graph and the charts will have been in the page. So and then that's exactly what you will have just presented. And then I wanted to know note something, please, Olufemi. Please, can you scroll to this left side, please? I wanted to show you something there. Exactly. You now see here where you have 79 to 60.
Okay.
The score was supposed to be from 60 to 79, not 79 to 60.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
And then it should be consistent. Like above 80, it doesn't matter. I know you are trying to arrange it by you are trying to rank it.
Yeah, what I did here is just like you know, to because what I did here, I actually used the formula to use the unique score. So if you actually, ideally, I'm supposed to clear this table off. This was not supposed to be there, but because I just wanted to show the workings and everything, that's why I leave it there. This is the actual tables that shows. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then. That's I thought you were just included. It's okay. Unique.
Thank you.
Then please, I want you to show me the formula you use for if. You said you use if,
Okay,
right?
Eves.
Eves, exactly.
Yeah.
I actually struggled, and I was trying anyway. I didn't reach out. I will have reached out to you. I didn't see your work
Okay.
to see how you calculated it. But I will check your work. I think you uploaded it. I will
Yeah,
download
it's
it.
uploaded. Yes. Yeah.
Try and work it out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant work. You actually put me on my toe when I saw your work. Like,
Thanks. We're all still learning.
All right, Vijay, thank you.
Thank you, Ayadeji. How about you, FA? Anything that you think Olufemi can improve on?
Nothing, because to be honest, I think I use this work as what do I call it now? Like to checkmate mine when I was doing mine. So I'll say it's good because it was helpful when I was doing mine, and that's it.
The idea behind sharing the information is so everyone can look at it and build on it. My economics teacher told me this one thing when I was in my sixth form. He said, rising tide lifts all boats. So when the tide rises, all the boats go up. So all the information we get or we learn, we share it in Discord or some kind of platform so anyone can read it and then improve themselves and then try and get as much experience as possible. So with what Efe has done looking at Olufemi's work, she built on Olufemi's experience to go further. And then once Efe shares her work, Olufemi can do the same thing, look at Efe's work and go further. So yeah, anyway, before I start rambling on philosophy, I'll give you my feedback. I wrote quite a lot here. So what you've done really, really well is the overview of the data. So with the scores, rather than doing it individually for reading, math, and writing, on the left-hand side, you've done the standard deviation for the average score or for the total score. That's really good. It tells us the entire way of how the students are performing, how they are, and how they look. One thing I would say is rather than using pie charts, you could try and use histograms because everything over here, what you've done with the table is you've put them into little buckets or pots, as I said, but it's ordinal scale. It's ordinal data. That means there are ordered and they can be ordered in a formal sense. So if you put a histogram, you can get some kind of graph. Let me see if it can draw here, annotate. There you go. So if you put in a histogram, so you'll have below 20 here, you'll have 20 to 39, 40 to 60, 60 to 79, and 80 to something. So you get a little bar chart that looks something like this to see where your mean data is. It will be a nice representation. And what you can do is use the same technique for reading, for math, and for writing to see how the students are performing. That's just one thing that you can change. So what you can do is you can try and showcase the histograms in here. So rather than just sticking to pie charts. The other thing that I wrote down is you've done very good data analysis, but your explanation needs a bit of a structure. So in your comments, you went from high-level data to specific data one by one. That's really good. But when you started explaining it, what did you do? You started looking at your random data tables and you're reading out the values you're seeing there. So if you scroll up, please. Olufemi, can you please scroll up? So let's say when you're talking about number of students, you started saying there are 482 students and 518 students or female students. Rather than just saying that, you can say there are slightly more females than male students in this course or in this data set. And then you can go to the next ethnicity spread and say something like group C has the highest number of students, etc. So rather than going to specifics, reading out every single value, just give very high level information, because I don't think anyone over here, none of us will remember the values. What we'll remember is just a comparison saying, female's done better than male in reading and writing. So in language, they've done better, but male students have done better in numerical stuff. That's what it will be. And then what else have I written down? So yeah, in rows 27 to 31, you've done the max, upper, median, lower, and minimum calculations. So that's again showing the spread of the data. But if you've done it for individual data sets, so like reading score, math score, and writing score, you can get a comparison on how you've done it. Or you can do the same thing. You can do it per ethnicity and then compare it. That's just an improvement. What you've done is really good, but you can do all of these things to build upon it. And then one last thing I want to share is the parent level education bar chart on the bottom right. Can you tell me something about the associate's degree, bachelor's degree, high school, master's degree? What kind of data is that? Is that a nominal data or ordinal data?
I think that's nominal data.
Nominal data are separate category. They're categories that have no link that can't be ordered. But this can be ordered, right? Some high school is the lowest. Some college is slightly
yeah. Okay.
So if you order it that way, you can see a different trend. You will be saying you can see something like students with parents with master's degree have the children of the parents with master's degree has performed the best, and that's the highest level of education can have. And in the same way, people with some high school have slightly higher than normal high school parents, but that's a small break in the chain because some
Okay.
high school is lower than high school. Those are the explanations that you could see there.
Okay.
Yeah, again, what you've done is correct, and you're just trying to read more into the data. As you clearly put, exploratory data analysis is something you're trying to do everything that you have with the data. You're looking at interesting trends and trying to get them out. So what you've done here without any reference from my side is really good. What I will do is I will do my own report on student performance with everyone else, so you know what you can improve on.
Okay.
Once again, thank you very much, Olufemi. Nicely done. Very
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. The only thing that I was sad about is he didn't do any histograms or box plots. That's the only thing I'm sad about. But everything else is nice. All right. Who's next? Do you want to try do this, FA?
Okay.
Again, don't worry. There's nothing wrong because the more you do this, the more feedback you get and the quicker you improve. I'm trying to cram 5 to 7 years of experience into 6 months.
Okay. All right. Can I share my screen then?
Yep. Do with the 6. Share it now.
Mm. Okay. So let me just see. So the data actually we're working on says, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so it talks about the students' performance, performance of high school students in mathematics, reading, and writing. Okay, and the information, the data set contains grades and demographic information. So what we actually want to do in this EDA, that's the Exploratory Data Analysis, is to show the performance of students based on certain attributes like the parental level of education, the race, gender, in regards with the subject, which is mathematics, reading, and writing. So after downloading the data set, I take the data to Excel, and then it comes up this way. So the first thing I did was it's a clean data set, but then I still had to look through.
Your Excel, FA.
Can you see my Excel?
No, we can't. Can you reshare the screen showing your Excel, please?
Oh, okay. Can you see that now?
No. Oh yeah, we can see it now. Yes, we can.
All right. So I took the data, you download it, comes to Excel. Then, though it's a clean data set, but I still had to double check, went through the cleansing stage to check for anything. Then I think what I did was, yeah, then just put them into order. Then I did this is the score for the maths score, the reading score, writing score. So I did the sum of all the 3 subjects here. Then the total score. Then I calculated the percentage. Okay. And mine is quite simple. No, what happened was I had quite a lot of difficulty. I spent time doing the first one, but it never saved. So I don't understand what happened. I had difficulty saving this work, but I think I learned quite a lot of things. The format of which you save your Excel matters a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. So the measure of central tendency, I did the mean, calculated the mean, and if you click here, I just calculated the mean for group A, group B, and then the group C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
But one quick question. What formulas were you using? Because all the formulas seem to have disappeared.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. I used formula, but I can't. It's not showing there, so I don't know.
Okay, I think you must have saved it as a CSV file. What it does is it converts all the formulas into numerical data. It doesn't save everything. You must have lost all your bar charts and pie charts as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, at the beginning I did. So what is the best format to save the Excel?
Save as Excel. I'll show it to you. Click on File, top right. Click on File, and
Okay.
then click on Save As, not Save, Save As. And then this PC, anywhere you want to save it, click on that.
Okay.
And then you can see Save As Type. Can you see that? Click on
Yeah.
it. And make sure you always select Excel Workbook, the first one.
Yeah, but that's the format. Okay.
So when you open the dataset, you must have opened it as a CSV file. So when you try and save it, it will save as a CSV. So always do it as Save As and then go from there. Yeah, that's for future case. That's why all your formulas must have disappeared.
Okay.
Carry on explaining here. Sorry for disturbing.
So I did the median as well for the group A and then the group. So I just came up with a bar chart showing the distribution of the ethnicity, because the group A is the ethnicity. We have 5 ethnicity, group A, B, C, D, and E. So I came up with a bar chart showing that ethnicity and the frequency as well. So when you look at this bar chart, it shows that the students from ethnicity group B, they tend to be performing better off than other students from other ethnicity. Then when I come down a bit, I try to put in a pie chart showing the percentage of the groups, and what you could tell here, it shows that, I don't know, 21%, which is that should be group B. Yeah, it shows that the group B has 21% of the students from group B are performing better off than the other students as well. So in all subjects, and then I did the count for the female and the male. I also went ahead because I think I wanted to do for the free meal and the standard meal to see if that was also an attribute that could be contributing to students' performance. I didn't go further with that. Then I looked at the parental level, if that also had an influence on the student performance. So the associate degree, bachelor's degree, I did the mean for them, because from the data set you could tell we have this is the column for the parental level of education. So what I did was to group them out and calculate the mean for various parental level of education. So from this bar chart, you could tell that we have this one, the associate, the degree bachelor, the high school, the master's degree, some college, and some high school college. From this data, it's obvious that the parental level of education, that is the parents with level of education that has a master's degree, is higher. The frequency here is higher than every other one. And I think the next one will be the bachelor's degree. So if we go down, I also carried out an analysis showing the performance based on gender in regards to their to the subject. So if you look at mathematics, the male students tend to be performing better off than the female students in maths. But if you look at reading score, female are doing better off. And if you look at writing score, the female are also doing better off. So from all of this, you could tell that the female tends to perform well in anything that has to do with literacy than the male. The male are good when it comes to quantitative, anything that has to do with arithmetic. So my final conclusion from the data set is that it's noticed that the ethnicity of group B have the highest performance. They have the highest performance mean score. Also, students with parental level of education of master's degree also perform better than others. Hence, it could be drawn into conclusion that there is a relationship between student performance and parental level of education. So it means if the parents are well educated, there's tendency that these students are going to perform well in school. So from the above as well, it shows that the percentage of female that performed in reading and writing score is higher than that of male. So from this data set, we could conclude that when it comes to anything that has to do with literacy or that has to do with qualitative, the female are going to always perform well. But anything that has to do with arithmetic, then the male are going to be way ahead of the female. So hence, my conclusion is that female perform better in literacy subject than male, while male perform better in my arithmetic subject, which is mathematics. All from the analysis that I did.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Right. Before I give any feedback, does Olufemi and Ayodeji want to share some feedback here?
Yeah. Okay. We're starting on the good side, right?
Yes, good side, good only for now. Good news.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the most interesting part of it for me was the comment. The comment is very, very well articulated, is very clear. And you were able to compare, especially that part when you mentioned the students' performance in terms of the parental level of education, and also when you fuse it with the what was it? I don't know if you can go back to that comment. I don't know. There's something I saw there. Yeah, when you also mention new literature and all that, it's a good way of analyzing and the concluding on the comments. That's actually very spot on. Yeah, so I think I like that part. Yeah. And then, well, for the good part, yeah, that's the most interesting part for me. Okay.
Nice. How about you, Ayodeji?
Thank you. That's a very brilliant one. Like Olufemi says, the comment where you gave the report was so concise, okay, and the fact that you try to use 3D bar charts, okay, for the performance, showing the comparison between male and female, right? The three I can see is 3D. That's beautiful, okay. So that's the comments, okay.
Okay, I'll give you my feedback. Nicely done, FA. I like the way you use different color styles. You're making it very visually grappling, so it's really visually attractive, nice. And everyone mentioned about comments. There's something else that I like, which you didn't spend more time on. So on cell N34, where you did the mean for free meals and standard meals. What did you find
Yeah.
on there? Look at the values. What happens?
So if you look at that, I think the students on the free meal, they've got highest score than those on the standard meal.
Yep, you could have researched a bit into that one as well to see what happened.
Mm.
It's just more information that you could do because you've just done the analysis and you just left it. But it would be nice for you to, it would be nice if you can comment on that too.
Mm.
Because there is some new information there that Olafemi did not capture.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't even occur to me.
Yeah. And these are all different things that happens in EDA. So people have different perspectives and they look at it differently. By the way, I can see what you mean that you've used Olafemi's one as reference. Most of the analysis are quite similar. But yeah, next, what can be improved? Go on, Olafemi.
Okay. I think there's one thing I noticed. If you go to the bar chart, I think the one under this, no, this one, yeah. There's something Vijay taught us in class. So I think can't remember the lecture, but I think that would have actually helped a lot here, especially in terms of this chart. If you look at it, I think it's all looking there's very slight margin between them. So by, starting your bar chart from maybe something like 100 to around 300 would have make it more feasible and easy for someone to be able to, tell without actually looking at the figure. And then one other thing on this bar chart would have been, bar chart would have been the figure, the layout of this, chart in terms of the associate and degree and everything. Probably you'd have make it maybe vertical to be so that for that would have also be easier to see. You can see that all this legend or it's not label is not well arranged. So I think that is one thing on that and then other thing is all the tables you did are very, very good in terms of the the layout of it. And if you have actually added something like table to it, then bold it. I also did not do much of that also, but I think it's something that will make your presentation more attractive and better by just tabulate it, and then if possible the heading would have been bold and colored or something. I think I didn't do that also, but it's also very good. It would have make it more catchy and more interesting to see without having to look so deep into the figures and everything. Yeah.
How about you, Ayodeji? Improvements, please.
All right. So if it shows that actually once I see this presentation, I will have known okay, it is designed by a woman because they tried to make it so colorful. I know you should be good in makeup. You make it so colorful, but you should be careful. One thing I commented on Olufemi's project, the color was consistent. Okay, what can you see? Can you see the bar chart for comparison between female and male? So beautiful. Even with the 3D, you see the background, you see the color. By the time you move up and then you see the pie chart, the pie chart seems look confusing somehow. Thank God you put the 21% blah 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 and stuff there. But it looks like somehow it's too colorful. You get it? So sometimes you just be careful of the colors, the color combination for your pie chart. You get it? And then towards this the bar chart, can you scroll down, please? Yeah, this bar chart showing the performance of parental education, like you said, it look a bit scanty. You get it? If you have just made these labels and these x-axis, maybe you make it vertical. You get it? They will be closer, and then visualization will be easy because you'll be able to see the level because they are closer. You get it? And like you put what's it called? I think that it should be the data value. I think you put the data value on the bar chart below where you have the performance based on gender. I think it will have also helped, even as counter as this is, you have put it there, it will also help. And exactly, can you see? So I think we have Can you see it's there? So it's going to help at least for the presentation and the visualization. And like I said, you'll have just put all this visualization, okay, in a page, and then you just run through it. It just helps, and then your comment with it just helps to, easy presentation and whatever. But at least it's colorful and it's beautiful. At least maybe in my next presentation I will use a 3D like you do. All right, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So my comments, again, good attempt at visualization. The one thing that you should do is be consistent. So if you go to the top, the first bar chart that you've done with the blue horizontal lines with the white background, if you keep everything consistent the same way as this one, it'll be nice. Because you try to make it more visually appealing, you try to go with varying things. That's why it looks a bit clustered, but that's about it. And then yeah, as Olufemi mentioned, it would be nice for you, if it would be nice if Olufemi himself and you labeled your tables so we know what we're looking at. Most of the labels are just saying mean, median, but mean of what? Median of what? That would be nice to see. And then I really like the way have you ordered it. So with Olufemi's, he has everything into one rectangle, so you can go from left, right, top to bottom, etc., etc. But with your one, you can go top to bottom, so it's very clearly ordered, so you know what you're talking about. But what I would have liked to see is having some comments for each graph or each table. So as I'm going down the list or scrolling down, I can see the graph and then see the explanation behind it. So rather than scrolling down and up, I can just see them right next to each other. And yeah, as Olufemi mentioned, it would be nice if you have vertical line, vertical labels here. And then one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know how anyone else didn't spot, is your column labels. So if you look at the vertical label, what did you call that? You called it frequency. But what are you actually plotting there, FA? You're
Is
not
it for
plotting,
this one?
it's that one. You're not plotting frequency. What are you plotting?
Okay, that's the performance score.
It's the average score. That's right.
Um,
Rather than leaving as frequency, change it to average score. Did
okay.
it for this for the male-female comparison. But if you scroll up, please, you've done frequency for the bar chart, and the top one you said frequency. That's correct. The first one is the number of students. No, so the first one is not frequency either. What should it be? If you scroll up to the blue plain bar chart,
Okay.
what should this one be?
That should be score as well.
It should be score as well because you're plotting the score. You're not saying how many students are from different ethnicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What I would like to say is I like the way you ordered it. You ordered it like a report. So you're going from top to bottom. You can clearly see what you're trying to talk about, and you can make it as a storytelling. But I would like to see the comments right next to your tables and data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
thank you.
I'm a bit sad because you haven't done any histograms, box plots, or scatter graphs. It would be really nice to do some scatter graphs here, looking at the comparison between reading score and writing score. Do people that do well in reading do well in writing? Yes or no? We could have found that out as well. I'm talking to you, Olufemi, too. You haven't done scatter graphs too, or scatter plots.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I know this is the first time you're doing this, and I wanted to do
But
it.
I think you taught us that one after this. So
But I did
yeah.
give you a few weeks to work on your EDAs. I've been saying that multiple
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand. If
It's
Bola was,
busy schedule.
oh yeah, yeah, if Bola was here, she would have said, "Oh, there is no reference for us to work on." But that's completely fine. I wanted you to do it this way so you can see what you've done firsthand and see what can be improved.
And again, VJ, you
Yep.
see, quite a lot of difficulties I had here was the formulas. Like that unique, it wasn't working for me. You see?
What? Shall we try it now to see if it works or not?
Okay.
All right. Just click on any cell and I'll tell you the formula to write. Equal to unique open brackets A colon A. Is it A? Yeah, A colon A should do.
Anyone in column A, right?
So A colon A means you're selecting the entire column.
Okay, okay.
Yep, close brackets and press enter. You have those curly brackets, backspace and press enter, see if it works or not. Press enter.
And press enter.
Okay, so, okay, one more thing. Click on File, top right, click on File. Let's look at what version you're using. More, right at the bottom.
Okay.
Options. Oh, it's not written here. You must be using old Excel. You need to try and update it if you can.
So do I need to go to the store and get another Microsoft package?
You should be able to update it. Just install the new one because you have an account for Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
So you should be able to install the latest Excel.
Because I went to the thing on my laptop
Mhm.
and I clicked on update and the thing updated it and it said I was using even the, I don't know what it came up with, but I went to the Microsoft store and that was what came up.
Okay, I'll try and communicate with you out of the class so we can try and see if we can update your Excel.
Okay.
If not, you'll have to use the online Excel, the online Excel, which is free as well, the Microsoft 365 Excel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, Olufemi and Adeji and I'm sorry if I'm saying this name wrong incorrectly, Emmanuel. Nivike?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And Mushima. I hope you're following along and seeing what's happening here.
Yes, yes.
All right. Adeji, do you want to start sharing the screen and showing us your data set, please?
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So from the data that I was given, so the task is to identify the profile of the typical customer for each treadmill product offered by Cardio Good Fitness. All right. So that means I have a constant variable, which are the products. Okay. So I've done my basic analysis based on the products. All right, and then look at other independent variable. And that's where I come to do my analysis. I look at the average of age and max of age, minimum, and age distribution by user of users by products. All right. So from this chart, all right, from this bar chart, you can see the age distribution of users. And then you can see that the TM798 has the highest average age among the three groups, okay, which is 29.10. Okay, and even though it has what's it called, 29 as average, it still has the the highest minimum of age. That means that even 22 years, all right, is higher than even the minimum age of other product user. All right. And like the product, I want to believe TM195 rather is the lowest. All right. So it's ranked from TM 195 to TM 498. TM 798 is the latest. All right. So I look at the age distribution users by products. All right, where it was concluded that TM 798 has the highest average age, and also even however the minimum age of that group, 22 years old, even indicating that the youngest person in this using this product is even older compared to other two groups. Okay, so I also do the usage distribution of users, okay, by product. Okay, so how much do they use their product? So you can see from the average usage of people that has TM 798 that they also have the highest. Okay, notably that means that they use it maybe because the efficiency of the product make them to use it the more. Okay, so they has the highest usage compared to other two groups. They are using it the more. And even the minimum usage level is 3. Okay, even the person that uses it lowest, the minimum usage, is even using it more than others. Okay, and that should even show in the average usage also. Okay, even in the maximum usage, we can see that the number is very high. That means that people who use TM 798 are using it more, okay, than others. And then I also look at the fitness distribution of users by products, okay? Because actually this is a treadmill, okay? So that means that the people who uses TM 798 also, okay, their fitness level is higher, okay, compared to other two groups. From here, we can see the average here, which is the blue 4.63, and others have 2.9, 2.96. Okay, they are almost for TM 195 and TM 498, they were closer. The average usage is closer. Even the minimum fitness, rather, the minimum fitness of people who use TM 195 and TM 498 is even the same thing. Okay, all right, but people who use TM 798 has the highest level of fitness. Okay. And also I look at the income distribution and see that, okay, it seems this product is very expensive, but it's very durable and it's very good. Okay. So we could see from here, the income of people who are using the product. So we can see the income level of people who are using TM 798. You can see the income here. The average income is 75,441 pounds. Okay, while others are an average of 48, and also TM 195 is also 46. You can see that the average income of people who use TM 798 is even higher than others. Okay, and this is indicating that some individuals in this group are high incomes. They have high incomes. They have good jobs that gives them better pay, and maybe that's the reason why they could afford, the kind of treadmill that give them the fitness that they actually require, and that give them the opportunity to use it more. And you can see that even the income and maybe the flexibility, it can show it shows in their usage. All right. So since they are using the product very well, it shows in their fitness, okay, that they even have the higher level of fitness, okay, from the income. And then look at the miles that they actually cover. Okay, so that means that you look at the average miles of people who uses the product TM 798 is 166.90. Okay, that is the average. You can see that it is by far almost 100% of what people who use other products, okay, covers. Okay, so the people who uses TM498, they cover the miles of 87.93. Okay, and you can even see even the minimum miles that the person that uses TM798 covers is 80. Okay, while even the average of TM195 is 82.79. Okay, so in conclusion, we could see that the product, which is TM798, is very efficient. Okay, and that makes people who are using it to have fitness more because they use it more often. They have a good fitness. Okay, that means that there are some features in TM798 that has been upgraded from other products that makes their fit, the usage to increase, which leads to the fitness of the users. And we can see because they cover more miles, okay, it actually reflects in their fitness. Okay, so that means that people who uses TM798, okay, high income people who get more value for their money in what they purchase in TM798. All right, so that's my conclusion. I want to show the workings. I was able to get convert them to tables. Is it because okay, pivot table? I see. I was wondering, I did I tried to get pivot tables out of of all this, and from the pivot table I could easily get my charts. Okay, so after getting my charts, after getting the pivot table, I just came here and bring out it and then interpret the charts. Okay, so that's exactly what I do. Well, actually, because I was supposed to do, maybe there should be a kind of correlation between usage and fitness, or miles and fitness, but I couldn't have more time. Instead of me to center on one, I tried to do some other works anyway. Right. So that's my presentation. Thank you.
Nice. So, Olufemi and FA, would you like to give good comments about this place?
Yeah, for the good comment, I think in terms of the presentation, it's the interface look good. Everything is almost the same. When you're looking at it, there is no off color. Yeah, that's on the good side. And also I like the way after each visualization you put your comments underneath, so you don't have to go too far to read meaning to what you're actually displaying at the top. So that's, for me, it's a very good one. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
How about you, FA? Good comments, please. Good feedback.
It's a good one. Yeah, good one. Good presentation.
Is that it?
Yeah, it shows that it's from a man.
Right back at you.
But
You never do
1-1.
anything.
1-1.
there are some painting.
No,
You never do anything.
no lipstick now.
Exactly.
No foundation.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
pick up. Thank you, Ife.
All right. My feedback is good presentation. I like the way everything is ordered, and especially the comments right after the graphs. So you look at the graph and you look at the explanation of the graph rather than you looking at it and trying to perceive it. Nicely done. I like that.
All right.
I like how you separated your analysis to the interpretation, but I would have liked to see some tables here as well.
Yeah.
So if you look, actually, no, that's going to improvements. I'll just stop there. I'll let Olufemi and FA talk about this before I go there. So yeah,
All right.
nice. Any improvements, guys?
Yeah, okay. I think for me, the presentation would have been more better if you give a little bit of description into, what you're about to present in terms of breakdown of the datas, by
Network.
showing,
Hello.
yeah.
Can you
Hello?
repeat? Can you repeat that, please? I missed the network. I missed that part.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying that the start of the presentation would have been more better if you actually give a little bit of ideas of the data you're presenting by breakdown of the data, like I'm not sure if I actually look into this data precisely, but I know that
You mean
they
like a
will.
pivot
Okay, yeah,
table,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah, something like this, and then if you give like the number of products into each of these just give an overview of what you're about to present before you go into the visualization and explanation of the data. And then, so that when we are looking at it, we can easily interpret what we've heard at the beginning to what you are saying. So that way, we'll always be engaged in that presentation as well. And then also go to the visualization. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's my eye, but for some reason, when you're showing all the presentation and, they keep coming with the same visualization, at a point, it becomes, difficult for me to actually follow or try to understand what the figures are. I'm not sure if the same visualization would have been a better presentation of the entire, point you're trying to buttress. Might have been a little bit more better if you use different kind of charts, maybe like you use stack bar somewhere, you use, different kind of, to make it, more explanatory so that when you're looking at it and then, using the same tables to explain everything might not actually be a very good one for me. So that's just how I see it.
Valid points.
Okay.
How about you, FA? Any improvements, please?
Yeah, from what you just showed to us, I think everything was in bar chart, if I'm not mistaken. So if we add maybe like a pie chart, just to give us variations of what we are seeing, in different format, that would have been, I'll say it would have been like cache, you want to see what is there more. But other than that, okay, yeah. Another thing is like I don't know if he needed to show us how he arrived at his average, maximum, minimum, because I didn't get to see all of that, for a layman like me. So, well, other than
I
that,
think I
everything.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, FA. So, Ayadeji, I think it's clear that you use the same analysis for every single section. So please go to the interpretation worksheet. So you use the same analysis technique for every single one of them. So let's break this down in 2 ways. First one is, what are you trying to show over here? You're trying to show the different average ages between different products, right?
Yes.
But first things first, can you read the 28.55 clearly? Can you read the values?
You mean the values, right?
Yes, can you read them? It's not
I
very
can,
clear.
but it's not. It's not very clear for others.
Yes, it's not clear.
But I can.
So if you turn them off, but okay, that's fine. I can see it now. Nice.
Yeah.
If you turn the data values off, can you see any difference between TM195, TM498, and TM798? They all look at the same height, roughly. You have to
Yes. Yes.
squint and look closely that they're different. Right?
Yes.
So this goes to a second point. Rather than grouping the average, maximum, and minimum in a single column or into a single group, you can compare the average age of TM195, 498, and 798 into a single group. I'm just going to draw it so it makes more sense.
Okay.
So, oh, there you go. So I know you have average, maximum, and minimum here. What
Yes.
you can have the average of TM195 here, and then the average of TM498, and then average of 798 as well. So the comparison will be easier. If you put them right next to
Okay.
each other, it'll be easier.
Using an histogram or using a bar chart?
You can use a bar chart to do it, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Okay.
Because what you're trying to do is compare the average ages between TM195 and TM798.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to put them, there you go. If you can see which product or which product has the higher age and lower age. Sense?
Okay.
So this makes your explanation more easier. I know the minimum and maximum is something that I explained, but it doesn't show any clear analysis. Only the average shows clear analysis here.
Okay.
Yep. Again, same thing that I mentioned to FA, your column values. Scroll up, please. Scroll up. You call this frequency. That's not frequency, is it?
Yes.
It's not frequency. It's
age.
age. Yeah.
That's true.
There you go. So you need to change that over there. All right. Yeah, and scrolling down. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Scrolling down. So over here, you said usage distribution of users by products. When you say usage distribution, what is the value 3.07? What does that mean? Or value 5? What does that mean?
You mean this? You mean this?
Yep. What does that value mean?
That is the average usage of
What when I say usage, what does usage mean? Is it number of hours, number of days, number of times?
yeah, how frequent they use it. That's what it means.
It's how frequent, so it's how many times do they use it?
Yes.
So on average, that has to be a bit clearer because it's not very clear. You said, oh, the usage value is higher, but what does the usage value mean? I know I'm being a bit particular over here, but it just means
Okay.
TM798 has been used 4.78 times on average per week compared to TM195, which has only been used 3.097 per week.
Okay.
And then this one, rather than a bar chart, I think a pie chart would have been better visualization technique over here. So you can see TM795 as a bigger sector. Yeah, it's just these are different things that come based on experience. So with age, bar chart makes sense. With usage, I think a pie chart would make more sense. And again, yeah, don't keep on using the minimum and maximum values unless it's actually explaining something. In my opinion, I don't think it's actually explaining anything. It's the average is the one that's key.
Okay.
Let's see, what else did I write that's useful here? Yeah, I really like the way you explained everything. I like your description, and then I would like to see some more assumptions or not descriptions, explanations of what do you think is happening. Because
Okay.
very clear that what you mentioned, the income is XYZ, and then the maximum income is XYZ, is the same script they use for every single one of them, but less on that and more on the suggesting why. I know there's a 1 line or 2 lines for each of them, but just having a bit more on that would be nice.
Okay, sir.
Yep. And then yeah, one thing that will be nice to see is the let me see which one let me count. The fitness distribution. This fitness is self-rated score saying how good the user thinks they are. So you can say something like people that bought the TM798, the most expensive product, think they have a better fitness than TM498 and 195 because they use it the most. That you're comparing 3 different datas to come to a conclusion. Do you want me to repeat that sentence again?
Yes, yes.
Yep, TM798 is used by people with the highest income, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
they also use it the most.
Yes.
And then they also go the furthest because they do all these 3 things. Higher income people use it the most and go the furthest. They think they are more fit than other people because this is a self-rated score. So you can draw links like those.
Okay.
New explanation. Yeah. So the one thing that your one is lacking compared to Olufemi and FA is the overall conclusion section. You have explanation for each and every single graph, but you don't have the overall conclusion saying what's happening.
Okay.
Because I like the way you started it. You're saying the main aim of this one is to try and identify the user base. Have you done that? You were just saying individual sections. You're not saying who the user base is.
Okay.
Just something to round it off. Again, I'm being particular because what you've done is really good, but you're missing other stuff. That's all you're missing. And the same
All right.
for both you, Olufemi and FA2.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you guys found this session useful.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah. But please, I wanted to ask something because you make a comment about this usage distribution of users by product. What could have been the best title I could give something like this?
Let's see. Number of times the product was used by users.
What you say?
Number of times
Oh,
the product has been used by the users or by users. The product used by users, yeah.
okay.
Actually,
Okay.
you just
Well, I thought where
average.
the frequency was going to be age, right?
This is a different graph.
For average usage, no?
Yep, average number of times the product was used, the product used by users. It's not just number, average number of times.
If you're making a comment about something, about the frequency, right?
Yep,
Yeah, the frequency. Is it going to be age?
No, this one is not age because this is the number of times the product has been used. So
Okay.
it's usage value or number of times used instead of frequency.
Okay.
And then if you scroll up, that would be the one that's age. So if you scroll up, this is the one that's
This.
you changed it while I was giving you feedback, so that's fine.
Yeah, I changed this one to it now.
Yeah, that's completely fine. That's completely
Yes.
fine. The aim of this one is for you guys to get some feedback and improve your EDAs. So this is your mini portfolio project on Excel or in Excel. So yeah, I have a question from Mishimat saying, please, this assignment is under which topic? So there is no specific topic for this one. It's basically everything that I've been training the colleagues about descriptive analysis for the last 6 to 8 weeks. It's been a long time, yeah. The idea is to use the data set and do some descriptive analysis and explain what it is. That's basically what this entire thing is. Because we have very limited time and I want everyone to get more experience on how to use the data sets and how to use the analysis techniques to come up with this. So yeah, in terms of homework, or I don't think homework is the right word to use, but in terms of tasks. So Olufemi, FA and Ayodeji, I want you to spend some time on improving your EDAs.
Okay.
Yep.
We try and do the corrections of everything you've mentioned and then repeat.
Yeah, for me, I think EDA is EDA is one of the most difficult part of the job. Because it's very easy for me to take a data and, when you give me what to do with it or the questions I need to answer with it, it's very easy. I know, I can easily wrap my head around how to generate response to each of your question. But when I'm just looking at the data without any questions, just tell me what is possible with it. It's a very difficult one because thousands of things keep coming to head, and and during that time, I can just put it down. I'll just
Then
put
you
it
do
down.
thousands of things.
I'll just put it down, and then you don't know what to do again. So I think that for me is the most challenging part of it. So yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah, EDA is very difficult, but then with experience, you'll find out which is useful analysis and which is not useful analysis.
Okay.
So yeah, when I'm doing my reference work on when I record myself, I will explain what I've used as conclusions or what I thought is useful to analyze and which is not. All right. So two people raised their hands. So we'll start with Nivike. What's the question, Nivike?
Okay, this is actually my first lecture,
Yes.
and I believe that the question or the project that they're working on is based on the teaching so far. So my question is, I hope when I go back and go through these videos, be able to catch up and be able to start this, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And you will, yes. Everything that's
Okay.
been covered here.
Yeah, I've been hearing EDA. I don't know if you can share more light or what it's all about, so that's like yeah, let me just know what EDA generally is all about. But yeah.
EDA is nothing but exploratory data analysis. So when you get a random data set, you try and find out what the data is trying to tell you. You have no clear questions or clear answers there. You're just trying to look at the data and be like, oh, we have more female than male, or
Okay.
females are doing better than male. You're just getting general ideas out of it.
All right.
And then the next stage will be explaining hypotheses and how do we test them. That will be explained in the next lecture that I'll be doing or next training session.
All right.
So yeah, everything I've done till now is crucial, basic data analysis that everyone needs to know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Ayedeji, what was your question? You have your hand raised.
All right. Thank you. My question is for the cardio fitness that I try to work on.
Yep.
Do you think it's necessary for me to do correlation to look at the correlation between usage and fitness? And also, the second question is to do visualization for correlation, is it only scatter plot, right? Is that
Yeah.
it?
That's the
Yeah,
only thing we have.
that's the tools I can use for the visualization on Excel, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, all right, thank you. So do
Does
you
it
think
have-
I need to do correlation? The first.
I do. I think correlation would be nice to see. So, for example, usage and miles. Is it correct? The more you use, the further you go.
Okay,
You're trying to confirm that.
okay,
So
all
yeah,
right,
it would be nice to do that.
all right.
And something else can be like your fitness and your miles as well. Do you go further if you're more fit? Is that always correct?
Okay, all right.
And then your data set is quite interesting because rather than looking at just your on fitness and product usage, you can try and look at education and income to see if they've studied longer, do they get more money? It might not be directly linked to your data set or question, but it will be nice to see.
But there's no data for that education, I
You
think
do
it's.
have education, the number of years is the fourth column.
Oh, okay.
And Vijay, you do mention that you'd have loved to see a box plot in that table. Just want to know in what context would box plot comes in? Is it in terms of showing the outliers for the score or the I'm
So
trying to like understand.
yeah, that's a good question. So box plot is one method that we can use to understand outliers in the data set. The other one is to look at comparisons. So because box plot, let me see if I have the graph somewhere here. I might just Google it. It's easier to do that. thinking about it. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? There we go. Share screen. Let me share this one. So there you go. You can see. Can you see this box plot right here?
Yes, I can.
So what this graph is showing, if I'm looking at very quickly, is showing the revenue based on regions in America, I think. That's what it's showing you. And you can see the comparison over here. You can see the northern area has a more constrained revenue, where 50% or higher is higher than the other groups. And then you can see the extremes are in the southern state, where the lowest revenue and the highest revenue are in that region, or something like that. You can look at
Yeah.
the distributions. Again, these values are very closely packed, but it's just showing you how to create it. That's not useful. So if you look at something, if you look at something like this one, you can see the average change. The experiment one has the highest variable or variance because it's more spread out compared to experiment number 5, where there's a skew that's on the negative skew, where the values are lower because this data over here represents 50% compared to this one over here. So those are the kind of analysis that you can try and come up with. Sometimes box plots are like this, making your life super easy, explaining which one's better, which one's not better, or something like this, where May is the highest and January is the lowest. But then sometimes you might have to spend more time looking at data and trying explaining it.
Okay.
So yeah. This is quite nice. So people sleep less on Thursdays, but more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So once you plot it, you might see something interesting. If you see something interesting, you try and explain it. If you don't see anything interesting, just delete the graph.
Okay.
That's my advice.
All right. I'll try it.
Yeah, the more you try, the better it'll be. All right, that's the homework for Ayodeji, Olafemi, and FA. The homework for Mishimat and Nivike is to go through the Discord channel, look at the announcements. The first and foremost thing that you need to do is do your introductions, so I get an understanding of who you are, what you're doing, and etc. Create yourself a LinkedIn channel and try and add everyone else that's in this cohort, so you can grow your LinkedIn user base. And then yeah, in your own time, in your own speed, try and go through all the all the training videos. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm more than happy to help you out with this. Yeah, and that's the end of the lecture today. Once again, I'm sorry that I didn't prepare anything concrete. I was going with the flow with with reviewing all the work that's been done because I've just landed in the UK today.
You're welcome. So
good to have you back. Yeah.
I was gonna ask, next week, is it still gonna be Excel?
No, next week will not be Excel. I'll start training you guys on Python.
Okay.
Yep.
Need to download anything before the class, or?
Oh, you don't need to download anything before the class. I will start releasing some videos on Python and how to install it and everything, but nothing is required for next week. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ayodeji, quick question out of curiosity. You said you are a university student. What do you study?
I'm studying international business.
International business. Oh, nice.
MSc, yes.
So it's our other manual that does data science then. Yeah.
Yes, I think Olufemi.
And
MFA.
Olufemi, is that correct, Olufemi? You did data science?
You need undergraduate? No, I did not do data science. I had experience working, and then I did Google Data Analytics professional lecture class. Yeah, that's what I did.
You did a Google Data Analytics one, the one
Yeah. Yeah.
less data analysis, but more critical thinking.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that one's really useful to do. If none of you
Yeah.
have done that, I would recommend you guys to try and do that. Yeah, I'll share the link this week or next week. It's free to do, so might as well do it. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna stop the recording. Where is it?
Yeah.